first things first, I pretty much only plan dinners. I didn't know how to do a work-life balance for that. I always leave one night of the week open. That'll be a hit. No problem there. Maybe there's something I can make a meal out of that we already have on hand. Literally mean outside when I say outside freezer. I'll show you my pantry and my fridge just for good measure. Thank you, my best friend Google. One thing down, one thing to go. The tea is gone. Now we need to move on to some stronger things like coffee. Good morning, guys. It's early. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And we desperately need a grocery haul. But I need to put together a grocery list. So I was gonna show you guys how I do a month of meals planned in order to do my big monthly grocery haul. I'm drinking my tea right now. I'll show you what I'm drinking because it's fascinating. You probably can't see in my cup, but the liquid is like dark blue, almost black. I've never drank tea that looks like this before. I picked it up at Fred Meyer over the weekend. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Damiana Relax with floral, butterfly, pea flower, rose, and lavender. It's really good. I'm not like don't drink a lot of different herbal teas, mostly like black tea and green tea and white tea, but this is really good. Anyways, let's get going. I'll show you how to do a month of meal planning, what happens in my brain. We're gonna go through our fridge and freezer and pantry and check to see everything that we've got and make up a whole grocery list so that we can actually get groceries and have food again. Cheers. First things first is I just print out a monthly planner and fill in the days. I also add any days that I know that we're gonna be out of town or like dinner is not gonna be applicable. So first things first, I pretty much only plan dinners. Breakfast and lunch kind of just happen. Like I always just have things on hand. So dinner is really what I'm planning for. Breakfast is very basic in our house. Cereal, there's eggs, there's toast. I can make cinnamon roll in a mug, and those are kind of like our go-tos. So we always have that available and ready to go. And I always have that on the grocery list. Lunch, especially now that the kids are homeschooling, it's, I can either make them like a charcuterie, like snack pack. I can make them nuggets. I can warm up leftovers. That happens a lot. Lunch just happens. I always have lettuce on hand to make myself a salad if there's nothing else, or tuna salad or whatever. Breakfast and lunch are very fluid. They're very fluid. By the way, I am in my homeschool room. I will give you guys a tour. I know I promised last month I would give you guys a tour of the homeschool room, and that didn't happen. I basically, besides doing my running vlogs and some grocery hauls, I didn't even show you all my grocery hauls. I just took the month off because I needed to focus on like getting things going in homeschool land, and I didn't know how to balance that. I didn't know how to do a work-life balance for that, so I just took the month off. I was like, you know what? I'm training for a half marathon and I'm learning how to homeschool. Those are two big skill sets that I'm working on, so that was it. Anyways, so we are only planning for dinners, just to clarify. Breakfast and lunch, they just happen. Like I said, I've always got stuff on hand. We're gonna try and focus on having more protein-based breakfasts for the kids. I just feel like it sets their day up better. They're less hungry throughout our homeschool morning if they have like a solid protein item in the morning. So we're focusing on that. We have chicken, so we have eggs. We got a freezer full of meat, so we got that covered. Anyways, back to planning. Sorry, tangents. So this is last month's grocery. My brain, it's so early, you guys. I'm starting my day so early. I'm usually just sitting in that chair behind me, reading a book, drinking tea, preparing myself mentally for the day, and today I just dove right in. So this is what you get when you dive right in. This is last month's meal plan. So what I do, just to make it easier on myself, is each day I just have a theme. So like last month, crock pot, which did not work out well for Sundays, so we're gonna switch that out. I had beef Mondays, pork Tuesdays, miscellaneous Wednesday, leftover Thursday. I always leave one night of the week open that doesn't have a meal planned, because we'll either eat leftovers or we'll figure something out from the freezer if there's not enough leftovers. That way we just don't ever have too much food. If I plan every meal for every night for the whole month, we would not end up eating it all. Like, it just happens. Friday was chicken, Saturday was charcuterie. So we're gonna mix this up a little bit for October, since some of that didn't work so well. I think I will do like a soup stew type of day instead of like a crock pot, which I realized you can do that in the crock pot, but I was not able to get my crock pot meals in the crock pot and started in the morning in order for us to eat them in the afternoon. Sundays were just like busy, rush out the door, or not want to get out of bed. Either one of those choices. So getting a meal in the crock pot did not work. But if I can like whip up a soup in an hour or something like that, that would work better. So I'm gonna pick out my themes for the month of October, and then that just narrows down my choices, and then I can go through my recipes and go through my freezer and meld everything together. All right, so I'm already rolling here. So I've got soup for Sundays, beef for Mondays, leftovers on Tuesdays, because our Tuesday evenings are pretty busy right now. Miscellaneous on Wednesdays, pork on Thursdays, chicken on Fridays, and miscellaneous again on Saturdays, because I don't have the creativity to think of another theme. But I've already started filling in. I looked over last month's meals that we did, and I just noted the ones that my kids really liked if I tried something new or something that we haven't done in a while and they really liked it. So I added it to the schedule for this month already, because I knew that'll be a hit, no problem there. And I'm just going through, and I kind of have some general recipes in my brain that we just do every month, and I just add them into my schedule here, like teriyaki chicken. That's easy, that's a hit. So I'll add that to a Friday. What else do we do? We'll definitely have a night where we have steak. We'll have a burger night, like, you know, the basics, pork chops, things like that. And then I'm just gonna go through, I have my giant recipe notebook here, all of my recipes in it. I'm just gonna go through it, pull out the ones that I've already written down, and then pull out some other ones to get some ideas, jot them down, check for ingredients. We're getting there. We're forming a monthly plan. I've got almost everything filled in. I have 3 spots blank still that I need some inspiration for. So I'm gonna look in the freezer and see what we've got and see if maybe there's something I can make a meal out of that we already have on hand. So that takes the guesswork out of trying to plan another meal. So let's go check the freezer, fridge, the pantries. Let's look through everything. Our inside freezer. Let's see what we've got here. You know what? We could do a pizza night because we have lots of leftover pizza still. So we'll make that happen. We'll do a pizza night. And we have lots of ingredients. Yeah, definitely a pizza night. Somebody gave us a bunch of seafood, which I did put some of it on my list for meals. Tuna. I don't remember what this is. Salmon? It must be salmon. And halibut. We got spoiled with lots of fresh seafood. All right, let's look in the outside freezer. And I literally mean outside when I say outside freezer. We did get a new thing of pork, so we are restocked on pork. Otherwise, we got lots going on here, so we need to figure out what cuts of meat to use. We also inherited some mystery meats from Erin's grandma. She passed away a couple months ago now, and we cleaned out her freezer, and there's lots of mystery meat in here that we need to figure out. So all of this chicken we will use up. I have 2 bags of it. And then cross rib roast. I guess I need to figure out, I've got a cross rib roast, a couple of them. So maybe we'll look up a recipe for that. I'll show you my pantry and my fridge just for good measure so that you have an idea of everything that we've got. We still got plenty of tuna. We didn't crack into that at all last month. Still have some condiments left. Still have some gluten-free noodles left. I picked this up at Walmart when I was out grabbing a few things last week. This is basically empty. This is full. We got these from Amazon. And then we found Mr. Beast meat sticks. So of course we had to buy them and try them out. And kids drawer, yep. We're major Mr. Beast fans right now. So we got all the Mr. Beast things. So they got a couple of snacks left. And then our fridge is looking pretty bare. Shockingly, we didn't crack into this giant hunk of cheese last month at all that I got from Costco. I don't think I'll do a Costco haul this month. I still have plenty of lettuce left over. We need to eat through that. So that's leftover chili that we're gonna eat tomorrow night. Kids made themselves some whipped cream in there. So we got a few things straggling. Filled in a pizza night and a crossed rib roast night. Thank you, my best friend Google, for finding a crossed rib roast recipe. This is from food.com. So looks pretty simple. So we'll do that at night. And then I just have one night that's not filled in, and I'm just gonna leave it that way. So I'm gonna compile all my recipes. I try and like put each week's worth of recipes like stacked up, and then I can just pull them out and I have all the recipes for the week. And then I can go through and make sure I've got all the ingredients I need. So one thing down, one thing to go. I've been at this for an hour, but I've also been interrupted by packing a lunch for my husband and my daughter waking up. So an hour in, but it hasn't been a full hour of hard work. Okay, this probably seems like way more work than it should be, and maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm just going through each week, and as I go through each recipe and verify that I have everything and or add things to my grocery list that I need, I just put a check mark next to it. So I'm just going through and check marking each recipe that I have what I need. I'll go check, the fridge and freezer to verify. I know I pretty much have all the meat I need for this. So I'm just looking at all the other items. So just explain to you what I'm doing. This probably seems like way too much work, and you're like, why would she do all of this? This is like a lot. But then this saves me because I basically don't have to meal plan for the whole rest of the month. And I'm not gonna buy like all of the fresh veggies I need for the whole month. I'll wait and go in another week or two to get more fresh fruit and veggies. But otherwise, I don't have to think about making lists the whole rest of the month. It's doing all of the heavy lifting way ahead of time. So it pays off in the end. Okay, I did it. I lived to tell the tale. I've got all of my recipes checked off. It's getting pretty full, this list. I need to look through my spice drawer and just double check that. I also need to just go through mentally and write down some breakfast and lunch things that we'll need to have on hand. But otherwise, I think I'm done. We did it. And look, it's light out now. We've gone through the whole morning phase together. It's 8 a.m. It's light out. The tea is gone. Now we need to move on to some stronger things like coffee. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this list. And like I said, this isn't super comprehensive. It doesn't cover everything, but I've got all of my all of my essentials that I need for all of our dinners for the whole month, not necessarily fresh items. And I'm gonna have all of the breakfast and lunch items and snack items on hand that we should need for most of the month. I try and stock up on things that I know for sure that we will use throughout the month, like apples. We eat apples like we're like they're going out of style or something, I don't know. We go through so many apples, so I always stock up like a ton on apples. But other fruits that we may or may not eat through, I don't stock up on those because I don't want them to go bad. I hate throwing away food. I hate wasting money on food that doesn't get eaten. So like, for instance, bananas, I'll grab, people make fun of me because I'll grab like 2 or 3 bananas. I'll like break them off of a bunch. I won't even buy a whole bunch because I know we will not eat through a whole bunch of bananas in the time it takes to eat through a bunch of bananas before they go bad. And we are not big banana bread people. So it's like, I know in my head what we will and will not eat and what we will and will not go through. So that's what I do. It's been trial and error because there's been definitely times when I've bought things that we did not go through in enough time. So just figuring out the rhythm for my family, and I've been doing a monthly meal plan for several months now, and it has changed my life because I'm not married to the grocery store anymore. I can still go once a week if I want to, if I need to, but I'm not having to make a big, huge, comprehensive list. I can go in, grab some fruit, grab some veggies, look through the aisles, see if there's any great deals. Otherwise, I'm done. Wash my hands of it. So here we go. I think I'm just about done. So now you guys will get to see me go grocery shopping for all of these items in the next video. So we're working through that. I did tell somebody commented that it's hard to hear me in my grocery haul videos. I bought this fancy mic and it requires a separate filming and editing program. So I'm working on figuring that out. My brain is a little overwhelmed with all the other things right now. But I will eventually master that new mic and I'll be able to use it. But I will be using something so you can hear me better in the grocery store for this next grocery haul. It might just not be like the professional mic that I had dreamed of. So we're working through all of that. Anyways, look forward to more videos this month. I am working on being more consistent, putting out some more stuff for you guys to see, and definitely more grocery hauls. I didn't film all my grocery hauls in September because I was just like too much happening in my brain, but we're back on the straight and narrow. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for working through this with me this morning. Hopefully that was helpful, informative, entertaining, one of those things for you. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to get ready to start our homeschool day now. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.